Okay, look, I know he is an ugly man, but by telling a white lie and using a fake Instagram account, he always manages to date women way out of his league. The poor, innocent women are victims of a psychological manipulation trick known as the decoy effect. The formula he uses is this one. Step 1. Write to them from his decoy, which is his fake Instagram account, being extremely nice and kind. Once he breaks the ice and his decoy causes an impression, he moves on to step 2. He writes to them from his actual account and tells them a small lie to ask them out. It is incredible how many times this has worked. When the decoy is well done, asking them out is the easiest thing. The decoy is a tool marketers use to manipulate you psychologically, and if you think that you wouldn't fall, I'll show you otherwise. Let's see how it works, and let's see what his has on his fake Instagram and the lie he tells them. One day you go buy your woman flowers and you run into the following options. A tulip bouquet, very pretty for $10. A rose bouquet, also very pretty for $10. Or a rose bouquet with a ribbon and a card so you can write a custom letter, also for $10. Which option would you take? From a group of 100 people, 16 choose the tulips. No one chooses the roses by themselves, and 84 choose the roses with the ribbon, which is exactly what the florist wants you to choose. Why? Because tulips are expensive and he makes too little, while roses are cheap and he makes a lot. If you take away the option of roses by themselves, people would divide evenly, which is something he doesn't like. This florist is a manipulator, who put the option of roses with no ribbon or card, knowing no one would buy them, but that they would help persuade buyers into buying the other roses. People think, I'm not sure between tulips and roses, but this other option is clearly a bit better. Completely falling into the decoy trap. You're probably already figuring out how that cheater uses his fake Instagram as a decoy. Dan aerially experimented with this in MIT. He grabbed a picture of two equally attractive students and asked 100 women on campus who they'd prefer. It would be hard for them to decide. Half would choose one and the other half would choose another, which is when he introduced a decoy. He grabbed your photo and deformed it a bit. He moved the nose a bit. He split the eyes a little. He made you slightly less attractive. Very lit. Now his test had 3 people. You, your ugly twin, and me. If at first half voted for you and half voted for me, now 80% of women would choose you because the decoy, your ugly twin, his only function is to make you look good. The same thing would happen with my picture. He would grab it and deform it just a little bit. He erased a bit of eyebrows, he added a couple of imperfections, and then he asked the 100 women who was more attractive, you, my ugly twin, or myself. 70 or 80% would now choose me. No one ever chooses the decoy, no one ever chooses the ugly twin. The function of the ugly twin is to make the handsome twin look good. My friend created an Instagram for his ugly twin. He'd Photoshop the majority of his picture to make himself look uglier, and he would post them to his twin's Instagram. He'd then DM his crush from that Instagram to break the ice, and once his crush was used to the decoy, he'd DM her from his actual account. He'd then lie and say that both his twin and himself were crazy about her and wanted to ask her out, but that they wanted to keep things peaceful between them, letting her choose who to date. And while he isn't particularly attractive, his ugly twin, who is his decoy, makes him look more attractive than all her options.